Welcome back to Horoscope TV.
So glad to be here.
Yeah, and this episode is exclusively for you, the zodiac sign of Aquarius, for the week of August 3 to August 9, 2026. And I want you to just imagine for a second that you're walking into your absolute favorite grocery store.
Okay.
You are completely, totally starving. But for some weird reason, you've decided to wear a thick, heavy blindfold.
Oh, wow.
Right. You're just reaching out, kind of grabbing items off the shelves, tossing them into your cart, based entirely on, like, smell and touch.
That sounds like a disaster.
It really does. But that wild mix of intense hunger and just total, absolute blindness. That is exactly what your love life looks like this week, Aquarius.
Yeah, that is a perfect way to describe it.
We really need to talk about how to navigate this so you don't end up at the checkout counter with the cart full of, I don't know, raw onions.
Please, no raw onions.
Exactly. So if you want to know how to balance your famous Aquarius craving for absolute freedom with this sudden, really overwhelming need for close companionship, you must keep listening.
Because it is a massive week.
Mm.
I mean, when we analyze the astrological charts for this specific window, they're practically jumping off the page.
Really? Like that active?
Oh, incredibly active.
Right.
The sheer amount of planetary movement happening right now is, well, it's creating a massive wave of tension.
Oh, they're going to feel it.
Oh, you are definitely going to feel the pressure building. The astro data shows we are setting the stage for some monumental, life-altering events. And these really hit right around August 12 and carry through the middle of the month.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're going to look closely at these planet movements and translate exactly what they mean for you, Aquarius, in plain, simple English.
Which I appreciate, because looking at these charts, the first thing that jumps out to me is this really big theme of personal growth. But it's heavily tangled up with how you relate to the people closest to you.
Right. It's not just happening in a vacuum.
Exactly. And I see Pluto is sitting right in the middle of all this. Since Pluto is usually the planet of the underworld, you know, the hidden stuff, the really deep changes, I'd assume this means Aquarius is going through some kind of slow, quiet crisis.
Well, crisis might be a little too dramatic, but it is definitely a profound, very slow-moving transformation.
Okay, so a slow burn.
Exactly. Right now, Pluto is retrograde in your sign, Aquarius. And to really understand this, we have to look at what Pluto actually does.
Right, because it's so far out there.
Yeah, it's the furthest major player. It moves incredibly slowly. I mean, it does not care about your daily schedule or your quick fixes at all.
It's playing the long game.
The very long game. Pluto basically rules the basement of our lives. It deals with our deeply hidden fears, the emotional baggage we carry from childhood, our oldest habits, and ultimately our rebirth.
So it's tearing down the old stuff.
Exactly. It tears down the old so the new can actually grow.
And it's retrograde right now, which
Yeah.
I know people always tend to panic and just blame everything on a retrograde.
They always do.
Yeah. But physically, it just means the planet looks like it's moving backward from our view on Earth, right?
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Just
Yeah.
an optical illusion from where we're standing.
So energetically, I'm guessing that means the wrecking ball isn't swinging at the outside world, it's swinging on the inside.
That is a brilliant way to frame it. Yeah, the energy turns totally inward.
So nobody else really sees it happening.
Right. Instead of external events forcing you to change, the change is sort of bubbling up from within your own mind.
Wow.
And because Pluto retrograde is happening in your own sign of Aquarius, it's a slow, steady stripping away of your old identity.
That sounds intense.
It is. You're shedding old ways of thinking and old parts of your personality that simply do not fit who you are becoming anymore.
You know, it really feels like a slow home renovation.
Oh, I like that.
But the catch is, you are still living in the house while it's being renovated.
Oh, absolutely. The worst kind of renovation.
It's so messy. Like you're just trying to make your morning coffee, but there's literal drywall dust falling into your mug.
Yeah. Yeah, you're stepping over power tools just to get to the fridge.
Right. You had to move your refrigerator into the living room. You're washing your dishes in the tiny bathroom sink.
It's exhausting.
It takes a really long time, and some days you look around the chaos and wonder why you ever decided to tear down that wall in the first place.
You just want to give up.
Yeah. It just feels uncomfortable. But eventually, you know, the workers leave, the dust finally settles, and you're left with this incredibly beautiful, spacious, much better living space.
Yes.
So that is what Aquarius is feeling inside their own mind right now.
The discomfort is very, very real. You, Aquarius, are walking around, going to work, talking to your friends, but on the inside, there's this massive construction crew tearing down the walls of who you used to be.
So they might just feel a little off.
Exactly. You might feel a little lost or unsettled this week. You might look in the mirror and not fully recognize your own motivations.
But they just have to write it out.
You have to trust that the dust will settle. You are building a stronger, more authentic foundation.
Okay, so we have this slow, internal, super messy renovation happening in the background. But looking at the charts, it shows that the external world is definitely not waiting for the paint to dry.
No, the external world is moving very fast.
Yeah, things are speeding up dramatically with other people. I'm looking at August 11th, where the moon moves into Leo.
A very important shift.
Because the moon changes signs every few days, but this one feels, I don't know, heavy.
It is heavy.
Since the moon rules our feelings and our instincts, and Leo is this giant, roaring, highly theatrical fire sign, does this mean Aquarius is going to get unexpectedly emotional and needy?
Well, needy is a word an independent Aquarius might use to judge themselves, honestly.
Fair enough. They hate feeling tied down.
They really do. But I would call it a deep desire for loyalty.
Okay, loyalty. I like that better.
The moon in the astrological charts represents what we need to feel safe and secure.
Right.
So when it moves into Leo, which is a very warm, dramatic, and fiercely loyal sign, it puts a heavy emotional spotlight directly on your one-on-one connections.
Oh, so not the big friend groups.
No, not at all. You are going to feel an undeniable urge to connect deeply. You won't want to be in a group of 50 casual acquaintances this week.
It's the real deal.
Exactly. You will want to sit across the table from one person, a best friend, a business partner, or a romantic partner, and just feel a strong, loyal bond.
And that emotional buildup on the 11th leads directly into, like, an explosion on August 12th.
The solar eclipse.
Yes. There's a solar eclipse in Leo. And if a regular new moon is just a normal cosmic reset, a solar eclipse sounds like someone went to the fuse box of your life and just ripped the main breaker down.
It really is that dramatic.
Is it really that intense for a relationship?
It truly is. A solar eclipse is essentially a supercharged new moon. It's a moment when the light of the sun is temporarily blocked, the cosmic energy completely resets, and a major fresh start begins.
Wow.
And because this eclipse in Leo hits directly in your partnership sector, the fresh start is entirely about how you operate with others. The universe is literally forcing a reset.
I want to really analyze this dynamic for a second because Aquarius is famous for being incredibly independent.
They are the ultimate lone wolves.
Exactly. You guys are the lone wolves of the zodiac. You love your freedom. You love just floating through a giant crowd, observing everyone, being friendly, but never, ever getting completely tied down.
They like have an exit strategy.
Always. But this eclipse in Leo is kind of grabbing you by the shoulders and demanding that you show up for a specific person.
It is.
It feels like a massive clash of desires.
It is the defining tension for you this week, Aquarius. You are learning how to balance your fundamental need for absolute freedom with your very real, very human need for close companionship.
You can't just have one or the other.
No. And the eclipse is forcing the issue. You cannot just float above the crowd right now. You have to look someone in the eye and figure out how to operate as a team.
And just to make sure things are as intense as humanly possible, on that exact same day, August 12th, Mercury opposes Pluto.
Yes, that adds a whole other layer.
Yeah. Let's look at the mechanics of this because I want to make sure everyone understands. Mercury is the planet of communication, how we talk, text, and think.
Right. The messenger.
And Pluto is that planet of deep, hidden truths we just talked about. The basement.
Exactly.
So if they're in an opposition, they are basically staring each other down from across the room, right?
Yeah.
Like a tense standoff in an old Western movie.
A cosmic tug of war is another great way to picture it. You have Mercury, the talking planet, on one side, demanding to share information.
It wants to spill the beans.
It desperately wants to talk.
Yeah.
And on the other side is Pluto, holding on to all these deep, intense, hidden truths.
So what happens when they oppose each other?
The tension just snaps. It sparks very intense, very revealing conversations.
Secrets coming out.
Secrets might definitely come out.
Yeah.
Deep feelings that you've been holding back because you just didn't want to ruin the vibe, those might suddenly bubble up to the surface.
Oh, wow. So what does this actually look like for an Aquarius on a random Tuesday?
It can be a lot.
Because it's happening right as this eclipse is resetting relationships, does this mean they just get into a screaming match in a grocery store parking lot?
It doesn't have to be a screaming match, but it will definitely be heavy. It's basically the death of small talk.
Goodbye, weather chats.
Exactly. For example, it could be you finally sitting down with a best friend who has been quietly taking advantage of your generosity for months.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, and instead of just letting it slide again to keep the peace, you set a strict, crystal clear boundary.
You just lay it out.
Or, it could be sitting on the edge of the bed with your spouse and being brutally honest about a dynamic in your marriage that is making you feel totally trapped.
I can totally see that. It's dropping a literal truth bomb right in the middle of dinner.
Yes.
You might just casually say, look, I love you, but I feel suffocated and I need way more space.
Which is a very Aquarius thing to say.
Right. Or, on the flip side, a super independent Aquarius might finally break down and admit, I actually really love you and I am terrified, but I need you to commit to me.
That's the vulnerability coming through.
It's putting all the cards on the table, totally face up.
And because Pluto is involved in this transit, whatever is spoken during this time will create lasting change.
So no take back.
You cannot unring the bell, Aquarius. Once the truth is spoken out loud, the relationship has to physically transform to accommodate that new reality.
You can't just go back to pretending everything is just fine.
No, the old way is gone.
That is incredibly heavy, but I guess it's also liberating in a way.
Very liberating.
Once the air is finally cleared and the cards are on the table, it makes room for something new. Which is fascinating to me because this heavy relationship reset seems to be the gateway to the absolute most exciting part of the week.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's talk about love and romance because the astro charts are showing some really wild energy here.
Romance is, without a doubt, the absolute biggest highlight for Aquarius this week.
I love hearing that.
Yeah. That solar eclipse in Leo on August 12th that we just discussed, it doesn't just demand brutal honesty. It signals a brand new chapter in your love life.
Okay, so it's not all just heavy boundary setting.
Not at all. It is like closing a long, exhausting book and opening a completely new one with a totally fresh storyline.
So let's say I am a single Aquarius, just going about my week, getting my coffee, going to work. What does a brand new chapter actually mean for me?
It means opportunity.
Does someone just fall out of the sky into my lap?
Basically, it means the potential to meet someone very, very important is higher than it has been in years.
Wow.
And this is not just a casual, boring date. The energy suggests meeting someone who totally shakes up your routine.
And Aquarius loves that.
They love it. This person will challenge your massive intellect and genuinely shift your perspective on the world. It is an undeniable electric spark.
That sounds amazing. But what if an Aquarius is already in a committed relationship? Do they just get left out of this totally fresh start?
No, not at all. If you're already coupled up, this eclipse energy pushes you to level up your commitment.
Oh.
The relationship naturally evolves. If you've been casually dating, you might suddenly sign a lease and move in together this week.
That's a big step.
It is. If you're married, you might decide to renew your vows, or maybe you sit down and tackle a massive new life goal together, like moving to a brand new city or starting a family business.
So the partnership just takes a massive step forward.
Exactly. You tackle the world as a united front.
Okay, well, here is where it gets incredibly complicated and honestly fascinating. Let's look really closely at the astro charts for August 10th, just a couple of days before the eclipse.
Yes, the 10th is a very tricky day.
Venus makes a connection with Pluto. Now, Venus is the planet of love, beauty, what we value, and how we attract things, right?
Correct.
It's basically the cosmic magnet.
Yes, Venus is the ultimate magnet of the solar system. It rules what we are drawn to, and just as importantly, who is drawn to us.
And on August 10, Venus forms a trine to Pluto. Now, for anyone listening, a trine is a 120-degree angle in the charts.
The best angle.
Right, it's the smooth, easy, flowing connection. I always like to picture two planets holding hands, skipping down the street, singing in perfect harmony.
That's a very sweet visual.
There are no obstacles. So if Venus, the planet of attraction, is holding hands with Pluto, the planet of intense, deep power, what does that actually do to an Aquarius?
It creates total magic.
Wow.
When Venus makes a smooth trine to Pluto in your sign, you become incredibly magnetic. You will have this intense, undeniable presence.
Like main character energy?
Exactly. You'll walk into a room and people will just turn their heads.
Yep.
You become powerfully attractive to others, drawing them in like moths to a very, very bright flame.
Wow, so you're just glowing.
You will feel confident, alluring, and deeply powerful in your own skin.
That sounds incredible, but wait.
Oh, here it comes.
Yeah, I'm tracing the lines on the charts for that exact same day, August 10, and this is where the blindfold analogy from the intro comes in.
Yes, the grocery store blindfold.
Because while Venus is happily holding hands with Pluto, it is also opposing Neptune at the exact same time.
the plot thickens.
And an opposition is that tense standoff angle. And Neptune is, well, it's a gas giant made of ice and fog. It's the planet of dreams, illusions, fantasy, and absolute blurriness.
You are reading the charts perfectly.
Thank you.
Neptune makes everything look beautiful, kind of like a cinematic dream, but it also makes everything deeply, deeply confusing.
Okay.
When Venus, your planet of love, opposes Neptune, your vision becomes incredibly blurry.
Let me make sure I'm really grasping the reality of this.
Go for it.
On August 10th, I am walking around with this intense Pluto power, making me incredibly magnetic and attractive to literally everyone.
Yes.
But at the exact same time, Neptune has slapped a blindfold on me, and I am deeply confused about what I actually want.
That is exactly what has happened.
Isn't that a recipe for total disaster? That is exactly like being starving in the grocery store with a thick blindfold on.
It is a very precarious situation.
Yeah.
You have all this power to attract people, right?
Yeah.
But your internal compass is spinning wildly out of control.
Huh.
You might be drawn to someone who is completely toxic or totally wrong for you, just because the Neptune fog makes them look like, a misunderstood poet or some fairy tale romance.
You're wearing rose-colored glasses, basically.
The rosiest of glasses.
Ah.
Or, on the flip side, you might have two truly amazing people interested in you at the same time, and you are totally paralyzed, unable to figure out which one is the right choice.
The grocery store analogy really holds up here.
It really does.
You are starving for connection. You reach out with your blindfold on, you feel something round and smooth, and you just put it in your cart.
Hoping for the best.
Right. You think, because of the Neptune fog, that you just grabbed a beautiful, sweet, ripe apple, but later, when you get to the parking lot and the blindfold finally comes off, you realize you grabbed a raw, pungent onion.
And nobody wants to bite into a raw onion.
Oh.
But that is the danger of Neptune. It's the absolute master of illusion and projection.
Projection is a big one.
Huge. You might project all your unfulfilled hopes and dreams onto a totally new person, completely ignoring all the red flags waving right in front of your face.
Because you just see what you want to see.
Exactly. You see what you want to see, not what is actually there.
So the practical advice for August 10th is enjoy the attention.
Definitely.
Flirt. Feel good about how magnetic and attractive you are. But do not, under any circumstances, make a permanent, life-altering decision about love that day.
Please don't.
Do not propose. Do not break up. Do not move in together on the 10th. Just wait. Do not bite the onion.
Waiting is the best strategy. Just enjoy the cinematic feeling of the day, but keep your feet firmly on the ground.
Good advice. So when does the blindfold actually come off? When does Aquarius get their vision back so they can actually deal with this relationship reset properly?
The confusion clears up beautifully by August 15th.
Oh, that's not too long of a wait.
No, just a few days. On that day, Mercury, the planet of talking, thinking, and processing information, meets up with Jupiter.
Jupiter. I love Jupiter.
Everyone loves Jupiter. It is the largest planet in our solar system. It's the planet of luck, expansion, joy, and growth.
It just makes everything better.
It acts like a giant magnifying glass that makes everything it touches bigger and happier.
So when the thinking planet links up with the happy, expansive planet, the fog just burns away.
The fog completely dissipates. When Mercury and Jupiter join forces, it brings very happy, very lucky conversations about love and your future plans.
That sounds so much lighter.
It is. The heavy, intense truth bomb conversations from earlier in the week, they transform into optimistic, forward-looking planning.
That is such a relief. So you survive the Pluto truth bomb, you navigate the Neptune fog without eating an onion, and by the 15th, you're actually sitting on the couch with your partner having a joyful, productive talk about where this is all going.
Yes.
You can clearly see the path forward.
You and your partner, or maybe a brand new romantic interest, will find it incredibly easy to talk about your shared dreams. The communication just flows with optimism and big picture thinking.
That is a beautiful progression. But this lucky, expansive energy around communication where your brain is firing on all cylinders and you're seeing the big picture.
Yeah.
That is not just great for pillow talk.
No, it's not.
If you are thinking that clearly and speaking that optimistically, it is going to bleed into other areas of your life, which means we need to talk about work, career, and money.
We definitely do.
Because looking at the charts, it shows your wallet is about to get a total game changer.
The professional realm is heavily, heavily activated this week. Your career is going to benefit enormously from two distinct factors: your highly unique Aquarius intellect and the new partnerships you were forming.
Okay, let's break that down.
Let's rewind slightly to August 11th, because the energy shifts gears in a big way when Mars moves into the sign of Cancer.
Okay, let's analyze Mars for a second. Mars is the warrior planet.
Yes.
It's red, it's aggressive, it is all about action, drive, energy, and pushing forward. It's basically the engine that gets you out of bed in the morning.
Exactly.
But Cancer is a water sign. It's the crab. It is all about emotions, the home, and feeling cozy and safe.
Very protective energy.
So if the warrior planet wades into the cozy water sign, I am picturing someone aggressively vacuuming their living room.
That's sunny visual.
What does this actually mean for an Aquarius at work?
Your image of aggressively vacuuming is actually very close to the energetic truth.
Really?
Yeah. In your specific astrological charts, the sign of Cancer rules the sector of your life that governs your daily work routines, your mundane tasks, and your immediate office environment.
Okay, so it's the daily grind.
Right. So when the action planet enters this sector, you are going to feel a sudden, massive surge of energy to tackle your daily tasks.
So instead of daydreaming about big abstract concepts like Aquarius usually does,
Right.
you are suddenly hyper-focused on the detail,
You won't just be philosophizing. You will be taking decisive action.
getting things done.
You will want to organize your office desk, clear out your overflowing email inbox, buy a new planner, and just get highly productive.
I love buying a new planner.
It feels great. Mars provides you with a laser focus on the mechanics of your job. You want your daily operations to feel secure and protected, which is where the Cancer influence comes in.
I honestly love that feeling. When you just roll up your sleeves, buy a new pack of nice pens, and finally sort out the messy filing cabinet that's been bugging you for months.
It's deeply satisfying.
It feels so good to just get it done. But that routine maintenance is really just the warm-up, isn't it?
It is just setting the stage.
Because August 12 is a massive day for money and career breakthroughs. Let's go back to that solar eclipse we talked about.
Yes, the big reset.
We know it resets relationships and romance, but how does that affect the office?
Well, a solar eclipse brings fresh starts wherever it lands.
Okay.
In the professional realm, this eclipse helps you form powerful new business partnerships.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if you've been looking for a co-founder for your startup, or maybe an agent to represent your work, or a key vendor to supply your business, this is the window where they appear.
So the people you need just show up.
The energy is incredibly ripe for signing important contracts that can significantly increase your income.
That is exciting on its own. But there is so much more happening on August 12th.
It's a busy day in the sky.
It really is. I am looking at Venus forming a connection with Uranus. And Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius.
Yes, your planetary ruler.
It is your home turf. Uranus is the planet of sudden changes, rebellion, innovation, and absolute lightning bolts of inspiration.
And Venus forms that lucky, smooth triangle with Uranus on the 12th.
There's that trine again.
Yep. So you have the planet of money, value, and attraction flowing seamlessly into the planet of sudden, lightning-fast genius.
I picture this Uranus connection like literally plugging your brain directly into a supercomputer.
That's a great way to think of it.
But it's not just about being smart. It's like you've been staring at a tangled ball of yarn at work for 3 months. Like a problem no one can solve. And suddenly, the universe just pulls one tiny string, and the whole thing unravels perfectly in your hands. It's effortless clarity. You suddenly just know the answer.
That is a fantastic description of a Uranus transit. It really is a sudden flash of genius.
Just out of nowhere.
Completely out of nowhere. You might be sitting in a terribly boring staff meeting, totally zoned out, and suddenly an idea drops into your mind that solves a logistical nightmare the company has been struggling with all year.
That's incredible. And the universe just keeps piling it on because on top of that, Mercury, the thinking planet, forms a helpful angle, a sextile with Uranus, too.
Yes, it's a double dose of brilliance.
No, a sextile is a 60-degree angle. I like to think of a sextile like two friends sitting next to each other at a desk, quietly passing notes and helping each other out with a test.
I love that.
It's an angle of opportunity, right?
Exactly. It's like the universe handing you a valuable coupon. You still have to walk up to the register and use it, but the benefit is right there waiting for you.
So what does that mean for your wallet?
Mercury sextile Uranus brings brilliant, fast-paced ideas specifically for making extra cash. Your mind is operating at a totally different frequency.
So you're just firing on all cylinders.
You will easily impress your colleagues and your bosses with your forward-thinking, incredibly creative solutions.
So if I am an Aquarius and I'm sitting at my desk and I suddenly get this intense gut feeling, this flash of absolute genius where the yarn just unravels. How should I handle it?
You have to act on it.
Because my first instinct would be to just blurt it out immediately. But should I write it down first? Should I keep it a secret so no one steals it?
You should definitely trust those sudden flashes of insight. Do not second-guess them or assume they are too weird.
Even if it sounds crazy at first.
Even if it sounds crazy. Because your mind is working significantly faster than everyone else is in the room right now, you might actually need to write the ideas down just to keep track of your own thoughts.
Oh, that makes sense. It's coming too fast.
But you should absolutely share them. Do not hide your light. And here is the crucial reason why. The charts show that you have the planetary backing to actually demand payment for these ideas.
Really? Is that because of Venus and Pluto?
Yes. Let's look back at August 10. That Venus-Pluto trine we discussed earlier, the one that makes you incredibly magnetic in romance.
The main character energy.
Right. That exact same energy applies to your money. Venus rules your finances, and Pluto grants you deep, commanding power.
Oh, wow.
This smooth connection empowers you to walk into a boardroom or your boss's office and ask for exactly what you deserve financially.
That is so empowering. It's not just having the smart idea, it's having the gravitational pull to actually say, I solved the problem, now pay me for my supercomputer brain.
Yes.
If you know your brilliant idea is going to save the company $10,000, this is the week you confidently demand a raise, or you negotiate a better percentage of the profits for yourself. You have the leverage.
You have immense leverage. Your presence will be commanding. People will genuinely want to invest in you.
But here's the reality check, because we have to be practical.
Let's be practical.
Making the money is one thing. Managing the money so you don't just blow it all on something eccentric or weird is another thing entirely.
Very true for Aquarius.
How does an Aquarius keep this near cash?
The charts have a beautiful answer for that, too. On August 13th, the moon goes into the sign of Virgo.
Virgo. Oh.
Virgo energy is incredibly practical, highly organized, and honestly obsessed with the details.
So no more wild spending sprees.
It is the energy of crisp spreadsheets, perfectly balanced checkbooks, and calculators.
So after the wild lightning bolt genius ideas on the 12th, the 13th brings this very grounding, sober energy.
Yes.
You make a cup of coffee, sit down at your kitchen table, and actually look at the math.
When the moon enters Virgo, your emotional comfort actually comes from having your ducks in a row.
You want to feel secure.
Your focus naturally shifts towards shared resources, paying off lingering debts, and organizing your financial life.
So it's a good day for admin work.
You can use this highly practical Virgo energy to organize your tax receipts, review your joint bank accounts, aggressively pay down high-interest credit cards.
Get the boring stuff out of the way.
Right, and map out a solid step-by-step plan for a wealthy future.
And we cap all of this financial growth off on August 15th when Mercury joins Jupiter.
Our favorite lucky planet.
We talked about this bringing lucky conversations and love, but for business, this must mean massive success for any joint ventures, right?
Absolutely. If you sign a contract or start a business partnership with someone this week, the long-term outlook is incredibly lucky, expansive, and highly profitable.
It just grows.
Jupiter ensures that the ideas you discuss now have the potential to grow much larger than you initially imagined.
Okay, let's take a deep breath.
It's a lot.
Because juggling all of this, navigating the slow Pluto renovations in your mind, leaning into intense new romance without a blindfold, plugging your brain into the Uranus supercomputer at work, and demanding raises.
It's exhausting just saying it.
That is an incredible tax on your nervous system. You cannot capitalize on this brilliant energy if you are running on 3 hours of sleep and eating junk food.
No, the body will crash.
How does the body keep up with this cosmic schedule? Let's look at health and wellness.
Well, the good news is your physical health and daily habits are actually getting a massive supportive boost of energy this week.
Oh, good. We need that.
Let's go back to August 11, when the active warrior planet Mars enters Cancer.
Right, the aggressive vacuuming energy.
Exactly. As we discussed, this highlights your daily work routines. But in the astrological charts, that exact same sector also rules your physical fitness, your diet, and your daily wellness habits.
So Mars, the engine of the zodiac, the planet that wants to conquer things, moves right into the health sector.
It does.
That sounds like a massive burst of physical motivation.
It is a profound burst of motivation. You will feel highly driven to take action on your physical body.
Like getting off the couch finally.
You might suddenly wake up and decide to start a completely new workout plan, buy some fresh running shoes, or spend your entire Sunday evening prepping very healthy meals for the week.
I love a meal prep Sunday.
The desire to fortify your physical vessel will be very, very strong.
That is fantastic, but I have to ask about the typical Aquarius trait here.
Okay, let's hear it.
You guys are brilliant, but you get bored so
They
easily.
do need constant stimulation.
Right. Doing the exact same treadmill workout for 3 months, staring at a blank wall, is absolute torture for an air sign.
They would rather do anything else.
How do they actually stick to this sudden burst of health motivation without just quitting by Thursday?
That is the magic of what happens next in the charts.
Oh, there's more.
Also, on August 11, Mars makes a positive, flowing connection, a trine to something called the true node.
Okay, let's explain the true node, because if someone is looking at the sky, they aren't going to see a planet called the true node.
Right. It's not a physical thing. The true node is not a rock floating in space. It is a mathematical point in the astrological charts where the moon's orbit crosses the Earth's orbit.
Okay.
In astrology, the true node represents your ultimate destiny, your highest path, or your North Star in life.
It's where you're meant to go.
It points to exactly where you're supposed to be going for maximum growth.
So when Mars, the planet of taking action, connects smoothly with the true node, the North Star, what does that feel like?
It means the physical actions you are taking right now are perfectly aligned with your long-term destiny.
Wow.
It keeps you on the right path for sustained physical success.
Oh, that is a total game changer. It's like you finally stumble upon a sport, a fitness class, or a style of eating that you actually do not hate, so you naturally just stick with it.
Yes, it doesn't feel like a chore.
Because you're an Aquarius, maybe you try some weird, unique workout like, I don't know, indoor rock climbing, underwater cycling, or trampoline yoga.
Very Aquarius options.
And you suddenly realize, wow, this is my thing. My brain isn't bored. I can do this forever.
Exactly. The energy heavily supports building habits that actually last, rather than just adopting a punishing fad diet that you drop out of sheer boredom after 3 days.
You're actually finding your groove.
You are finding your physical groove.
No.
Furthermore, on August 12, Mars makes a helpful angle, a sextile, to Chiron.
Chiron. Remind us what Chiron represents in the charts.
Chiron is a comet known as the wounded healer.
Wounded healer. Okay.
It represents where we carry deep pain or vulnerability, but also where we find our greatest capacity for healing ourselves and others.
So when Mars connects with Chiron,
It brings excellent, fast-acting, healing energy directly to the physical body.
so if an Aquarius has been dealing with a frustrating minor injury, like a tweaked knee from running, a stiff lower back from sitting at the computer too long, or just a lingering summer cold that won't go away.
This is the week where the body finally fights it off.
Yes. That's such good news.
You turn the corner and heal,
Yeah.
your immune system gets a powerful, much-needed boost.
So the body is getting stronger, the immune system is up, and you are finding workouts you actually like.
It's all positive.
But as with everything in astrology, there is a warning here in the charts, isn't there?
Hmm.
We have to talk about the physical toll of that eclipse.
We do. We cannot ignore it.
Let's get into it.
We have to analyze the solar eclipse on August 12 one more time, specifically looking at how it affects your physical battery.
Because it's draining, right?
Eclipses are energetically very, very heavy events. The cosmic volume is turned all the way up to 10.
Just blasting.
Yes. Even if the events happening in your life are incredibly positive, like signing a lucrative contract, having a brilliant idea, or meeting a fascinating new romantic partner, the sheer volume of energy moving through your nervous system is deeply draining.
I picture an eclipse like having a heavy background app running on your phone.
Exactly like that.
You might just be checking your email or sending a text, which seems really easy, but that background app is silently spinning, draining your battery down to 1% before lunch.
That is a perfect analogy for the nervous system this week.
You just feel totally depleted.
The eclipse silently drains your energetic battery. You might feel emotionally exhausted, a little foggy-headed, or just physically tired out of nowhere despite all your motivation.
So they need to rest.
Therefore, Aquarius, you absolutely must remember to balance all this hard work, all these brilliant Uranus ideas, and all this intense social interaction with plenty of peaceful, quiet rest.
You have to recharge.
You need to prioritize sleep. You need to physically unplug from your devices.
Which brings us perfectly to the next crucial topic.
Let's talk about it.
If you need to protect your energy and make sure your battery doesn't hit zero, you need to know exactly who you should be hanging out with this week and who is going to drain your battery even faster.
This is so important.
Let's look at the best and worst matches for Aquarius based on these specific transits.
Let's start with the most supportive energy. This week, the absolute best sign for you to surround yourself with is Gemini.
Oh, Gemini. Why Gemini? What makes them the perfect companion for this chaotic week?
Because your brain is going to be buzzing with absolute joy when you are around a Gemini.
They just get it.
They get it. Remember on August 12, when Venus trines your ruling planet Uranus?
The sudden genius transit.
Exactly. That transit brings extremely fun, highly unique, and pleasantly weird ideas bubbling up to the surface of your mind.
And Gemini likes weird.
Gemini, who is a fellow air sign, absolutely loves how different and unconventional you are.
They don't judge.
They do not judge your strange ideas. They actively encourage them. A Gemini is always ready to talk, debate, and explore strange, abstract concepts without getting offended.
That sounds like a massive breath of fresh air.
It is.
You don't have to explain yourself, you don't have to hold back, and you don't have to worry about sounding too intense.
Yeah.
You can just let your freak flag fly, and Gemini is right there waving it with you, matching your pace.
And matching your pace is key here, because also on August 12, Mercury, which happens to be the ruling planet for Gemini, makes that helpful sextile to Uranus.
Oh, so they're plugged in too.
This makes your conversations with a Gemini faster, wittier, and smarter than ever before.
Like Gilmore Girls dialogue.
Exactly. You will be finishing each other's sentences. You both naturally love technology, discussing new concepts, and maintaining a sense of total freedom in your friendships.
No clinging allowed.
There is no jealousy, no clinging, and no emotional heavy lifting required.
And it looks like the weekend gets even better for this specific friendship, right?
It does. It really peaks on the weekend. On August 15th, the moon enters the sign of Libra, which is another air sign.
So a lot of air energy.
This creates a beautiful flowing triangle of air sign energy in the sky. It makes your weekend perfectly social, delightfully light, and completely breezy.
So no drama.
You do not have to worry about heavy emotional dumping or dramatic crying sessions when you are with a Gemini this weekend.
You can just relax.
You will just laugh, share cool articles you read online, drink coffee, and brainstorm amazing, wild plans for the future together.
That is the exact kind of uplifting, easygoing energy you need to recharge your internal battery after that heavy solar eclipse.
It's the perfect antidote.
That sounds like the absolute perfect Saturday. Just sitting at a cafe with a Gemini, talking a million miles a minute about artificial intelligence or some weird documentary you saw, just letting your brain play.
It will feel so good.
Now, on the flip side, we have to talk about the warning label.
Yes, who to avoid?
Who is the worst match for Aquarius this week? Who's the person that is going to drain that battery dry in 5 minutes?
The worst match for you this week, Aquarius, is Taurus.
Oof. Okay, what is going on between the water bearer and the bull? Why the massive clash?
A Taurus will feel incredibly stubborn, overly heavy, and honestly quite boring to you this week.
Boring is the worst insult to an Aquarius.
It really is. The tension stems from a very specific astrological event we have been tracking. On August 12th, Venus makes that lucky trine to Uranus.
Right, the money aspect.
We love this aspect for your career and your money, but here's the interpersonal problem. Venus is the ruling planet of Taurus, and Uranus is your ruling planet.
Oh, wow, so they're both activated.
So you are both heavily influenced by this exact same cosmic connection, but because of your fundamental natures, you handle the energy completely differently.
So let's explore the psychology here. If I am an Aquarius fueled by Uranus, how do I want to use this sudden spark of energy?
As an Aquarius, you want to use this sudden electrical spark to rebel.
I want to break things.
You want to innovate, you want to change the whole system, and you want to experience total, uninhibited freedom. You want to tear down the old structures and build something entirely new and futuristic.
And what does a Taurus, fueled by Venus and Earth energy, want to do with that exact same spark?
A Taurus just wants to use that energy to buy a much nicer, more expensive couch and stay home in extreme comfort.
I am laughing because that is such a vivid sitcom-level clash of desires.
It's hilarious, honestly.
Aquarius is standing at the front door, wearing a leather jacket, yelling, "Let's go, rebel! Let's go to that weird underground art show and change the whole system."
Yes.
And Taurus is sitting in the living room, wrapped in a cashmere blanket, saying, "But I just ordered these amazing new throw pillows. The ambient lighting is perfect, and I want to stay exactly right here and enjoy them."
It is a fundamental clash of core values this week.
Yeah.
The solar eclipse in Leo on August 12 demands big, shiny changes.
Right. It demands action.
It demands pushing entirely out of your established comfort zone. But Taurus, as a fixed earth sign, absolutely despises change of any kind, especially sudden change.
They want things to stay the same.
They crave stability, predictability, and sensory comfort above all else.
So how does this actually play out in real life over the weekend? Because if they try to hang out, it sounds like a total recipe for resentment.
It is. When the moon enters Libra on August 15, you will feel a very strong, undeniable urge to go out, socialize, and meet unique, radically different people.
You want to mingle.
But Taurus will stubbornly, categorically refuse to leave their curated comfort zone.
They won't budge.
They will not want to go to the loud, crowded party, and they certainly will not want to try this strange new fusion restaurant you are so excited about.
That's so frustrating.
Their absolute, immovable refusal to try new things will drive your fast-moving brain completely crazy. It will make you feel trapped, stuck, and physically heavy.
The advice here seems glaringly clear. If you want to fly high, explore your new supercomputer brain and recharge your battery with fun, fast conversations. Text a Gemini.
Text a Gemini immediately.
Leave Taurus at home on their nice new couch.
Protect your energy. Let Taurus rest in their comfort zone and you go out and find the intellectual stimulation you desperately need right now.
I love that. Everyone gets what they want, just not together.
Exactly.
Win-win. Now, before we wrap up, we have a few extra tools to help our Aquarius listeners navigate this wild week.
Let's give them the extras.
Let's talk about the color of the week.
Oh.
What is the color that will help channel all this chaotic, brilliant energy?
The color of the week for Aquarius is turquoise blue.
Turquoise blue, nice.
This is a brilliant, striking color that perfectly balances two very different needs.
How so?
It has the mental clarity and cool communication of blue, mixed with the healing, emotional depth and growth of green.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wearing turquoise blue, or having it in your immediate environment like on your desk or as your phone background, will help calm your heavily taxed nervous system while keeping your mind sharp and awake for all those brilliant Uranus ideas.
Awesome. Turquoise blue. A balance of calm and genius. Write it down. Wear it to your big meetings when you are asking for that raise.
Definitely wear it to ask for the raise.
And what about the best dates to circle on the calendar? If I only have a little bit of energy, when should I use it?
Your absolute best dates this week are August 12 and August 15.
The big hitters.
August 12 is the epicenter of the week. It is the day of the solar eclipse, the massive career breakthroughs, and the intense romantic reset. Be ready for action on the 12th.
And the 15th.
August 15 is the day the Neptune fog completely clears, Jupiter brings massive luck to your conversations, and the Libra moon makes everything social and breezy. Mark those 2 days for your most important actions and discussions.
And finally, what are the lucky numbers for Aquarius to look out for?
Your lucky numbers to watch out for this week are 11, 19, 24, 31, 42, and 45.
I'll repeat those. 11, 19, 24, 31, 42, and 45.
You might see these numbers on a clock right when you get a brilliant idea, or they might pop up on a receipt when you make a really solid financial choice.
Just little signs.
Let them be little winks from the universe that you are perfectly aligned with your highest path.
I love looking for those little winks from the universe. It makes the day feel just a little more magical.
It really does.
Okay, we have covered an immense amount of ground today.
We really went through it all.
We analyzed the slow, messy inner home renovation of Pluto. We talked about navigating the sudden romantic fog of Neptune without grabbing the raw onion.
Never grab the onion.
Never. We explored the absolute brain blasts of genius from Uranus in your career sector and the absolute necessity of hanging out with Gemini while avoiding the stubbornness of Taurus.
We really have mapped out a phenomenal, life-altering week of transformation for you, Aquarius.
It's going to be huge.
But as we close, I want to leave you with one final thought based on these charts.
Let's hear it.
Looking at how much personal power, financial genius, and relationship energy is being handed to you this week, it raises a very important question.
Okay.
With all these sudden flashes of genius and massive new partnerships opening up, how can you use your brilliant ideas not just to increase your own personal wealth and your own individual freedom, but to truly uplift the people closest to you?
That's a great point.
Because the charts strongly suggest that your ultimate success this week isn't just about rising to the top of the mountain all by yourself. It is about bringing your partner, your friends, and your community up with you.
Sharing the wealth.
Think about how you can share the wealth as you navigate these wild, beautiful shifts.
What a beautiful, challenging question to end on. How do you lift others as you climb? Think on that, Aquarius. Thank you for listening to this episode on Horoscope TV.
Thanks for having me.
If you love this forecast and want to stay ahead of the cosmic curve, subscribe right now so you can get notified the exact moment the next episode is available. See you next time.